here I thought one of the few things that we could do to really show how we can fasten or run faster Excel based workflow is show some examples. And first one that comes to my mind is expense sheets. So first I'm going to go to my folder, and to go to folder I can click on this attach icon here. Here I have created one folder called expense, and in here I have these 10 receipts. These receipts are from the different work that we did. So for example, this one is about 51 bucks on credit card for, this is Granger. So I have like a lot of different receipts for materials, and there's one receipt for Uber also because we had to do some business trip. I have added all these receipts here in this folder, and I think I could go through each of the receipt one by one and see, create an Excel sheet. I go through one by one through each of them, and I can create an expense sheet. Alternatively, I could use Flowlly, so I can attach all these receipts to my chat, so it's easy. I could even attach folder, but for demonstrating this, I'm attaching all this 10 receipt, and I can give a task to my agent based on the attached receipts. Create an expense sheet for me. Very simple, very efficient. I didn't have to do anything much else. You just attach your 10 different receipts you had, or 20 different receipts, or even you can attach your complete folder and then ask the agent to analyze each receipt and then create the expense sheet. So this is going to take a few minutes. Agent has already downloaded all the receipts. It's going to analyze them one by one, and then it will create the expense sheet. While this workflow is going on, I thought let's start another Excel based workflow. And this could be the schedule creation. Imagine if you're a super working in the field and you have given a task. Now you have to assign manpower, your equipment, and then create a small schedule for your next week or 2 weeks of activity. That's something you always do in Excel. You put all the data together. But with Flowlly, we can automate most of it, and we can simply do this kind of workflow using the system. So let's start. What does it comes to my mind is, say we are doing an excavation. So we are going to do an excavation for the utility for exposing and utility, right? For exposing and utility, exposing a utility, and then this is going to be 2 weeks task. I am using a backhoe excavator, and I have a crew of 4 people on site. And you could be more specific about what kind of people you have, what kind of excavator you have, and all that. So now, can you create a detailed schedule on Excel sheet with timeline for this work, right? Include manpower assignment and equipment assignment. All right, this is very simple, and so we are going to do an excavation for exposing a utility. This is going to be 2 weeks task. I'm using to backhoe excavator and a crew of 4 people, and create a schedule in Excel sheet with the timeline. So All right, off it goes. There's not much to it. I wrote a prompt and I asked agent to do the Excel workflow. Meanwhile, let's go and see how our expense creation is going. So this work is still ongoing. All right, so we did the excavation utility and we did this. So let's wait for a few minutes before to see how the work is progressing. So expense, it's ongoing, and you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all the 10 receipts, agent read through all the 10 receipts. It created a file where it logged all the 10 expenses, its grand total, and then notes. So it created complete summary for me, but I asked it to create an Excel sheet, and so let's see, the agent is completing its task and just giving me final results. So let's see how the Excel sheet look like. Let's wait for a minute, and here is my expense sheet. So let me see this expense sheet. So here's the whole thing, right? The date, the merchant, amount, text, category, description, payment method, and summary, total amount. This could have taken me a lot of time to do it manually, right? Reading through each expense sheet and putting this all work together in an Excel program, but through this system I could do it very simply, very fast with just one prompt, and it saved me so much time just to do this. And now imagine what if I had like 100 different files or 100 different receipts. This would take me like 3 hours to do it, and this system, the AI agent, could do this in like 10 minutes. All right, now going back to this workflow where I asked it to create a schedule. So it is asking me to provide some information. So the agent is saying, I will create a detailed 2-week schedule to make sure that it has everything. It wants some information. So project name, let's just write something XYZ project. Project start date, October 1st, 8-hour shift, regular shift. So it is asking for the crew roles. I think I have 1 foreman, 1 equipment operator, right? And 2 laborers, right? Type of utility expose, I don't know why it needs that, but let's say waterline. And I have 10 feet, and excavation is going to be let's just say 5 by 5. Site constraint, traffic control definitely needed. Traffic control needed for traffic control needed as the street is busy with live traffic. This will be provided by another sub on site during morning hours. Additional equipment, just showing equipment needed, right? We don't want the excavation to fall on somebody. And what else do we need? Dump trucks will be available at the close of the shift. And safety, so I'll just skip it. I'll just submit this form that AI asked me to fill out this information, and let's see how it creates this schedule. Alrighty, so it seems like the agent has finished working. It took 2-3 minutes, I don't know, I had to wait for some time, and it created the final Excel sheet for me so I can look at my schedule. For this particular example, it might not have taken me like many hours to do this. It was a simple assignment, but I could say half hour to 1 hour it would be a right estimate for a project field guy or superintendent to this kind of analysis, manual assignment of the work, and just creating a simple schedule for a simple 2 week, 3 week activity. This is finished. I got my Excel sheet, so let's look at the Excel sheet. I haven't even looked at it because it just finished. So this is the master schedule. I have my project, I have my dates, initial site cleanup, status, I got the manpower assignment, I got the equipment, and then daily safety note. So it went ahead and do a bunch of nice things for me, which I didn't even think about. Deep excavation, mobilization, backfilling, manpower assignment. And so this gives you a good framework to think about the work you are doing. AI can really well create this kind of Excel sheet for you within few minutes, and you can improve upon this, edit it of course, and create final thing. Alright, so now we have created this work. I wanted to see if I can also create a JHA. So can you create a JHA for this work? And JHAs are job hazard analysis. Before you start on a new job and create some kind of work, you always have to fill up these JHAs and submit to main contractor and owners and so on. And it takes some time to build them, of course, 2 hours, 3 hours, because you have to really think about the work. I'm not saying that AI is going to think for you. It's going to create a JHA and it's going to give me. Now my job would be to study this JHA and suggest changes and add to it. So my expertise is going to win over the AI expertise, and I'm going to suggest changes and correct AI if it's wrong. But the work that's required to build out this JHA in Excel, that will be done by the AI. So it has started the task and it's thinking it through. So let's give it a couple of minutes and see what it comes up with. Excellent. This one didn't take long. I think a couple of minutes. I looked at my LinkedIn, just scroll up, and this was done. So I got this whole thing. Let's see what we got. Alright, this is a big task. This is really professional. I'm impressed by this. So I got the waterline excavation site with live traffic, crew size, revision 1.0, all the equipments, the PPE, personal PPE that's required on the job, and all the risk levels. So it's done all this thing. It's also indicated which things are risky, risk level medium, high, and I could go in and change whatever I need, but who is responsible and who is not, and then name for all the fault people and all those things. So my JHA, which would have required me like to do this a couple of hours, at least 1.5 hours, it's done. It is done so easily. I can't believe it. This looks really good. I didn't expect it to be that good. So that's it for today. We built few things. We did, and we created a schedule for utility excavation. AI asked us very good questions. We replied to those questions, and we got the schedule done with all the different assignment of work and all that. And after we did the schedule, we also went ahead and we created a JHA, and this is very detailed JHA for the work, and we created an expense sheet from all our receipts. So we took all our receipts and we created a expense sheet in Excel that we can use and submit to office administrative people for our final expense. So that's all. Bye.